in our voices and our faces. Hello, everybody.
Yo, what's good?
What is good?
Some more.
Let's see.
My brother yelled at me for this mic being too close to my mouth. Like, it's gotta be close, but it was blocking my face. I know. It's a hard balance.
Yeah, it's tough.
I still don't like the way I sound on mic sometimes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That you don't like the way I sound on mic?
That's not what I meant, but now that you mention it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I definitely meant myself.
Straight.
All right. Okay, let's see here. This is looking good. That looks good. We got to test the audio. Let me get the chat up first and then tweet, and then we'll do that. Bum, 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 butterdum. Bum,
How
bum,
did
bum,
you
bum.
get this background behind you right now? Like Photoshop autofill or like
Some of that, yeah, a little bit. Some of it I did the clone stamp a little bit.
Okay.
It was a variety of techniques that I learned using Photoshop 5 years ago and haven't learned anything new since.
It's like it's really good.
Mike
and then you look
News!
at the window. It's like there's 7 fingers.
Mike's News.
Okay, let's see this.
Go to
You want me to look? You want me to go-
youtube.com/@Nintendo of America.
Like this big news? Okay.
Well,
You want me to react on the show? Or you want me to look now?
No, just look now.
Okay.
It's not that big a news.
Okay, well, I thought like maybe the Switch 2's happening.
Oh, let's go!
Let's see.
I've been waiting for this.
There's some weird porn shit. What's going on?
Oh. Okay.
Time has come.
All right. And then I got my hopes up.
Hey, it's the best one on that system.
No, on that system. You know what's better is the one we have on Switch.
Shh, we don't worry about that.
All right.
Might be bad for Extra Life.
Oh, not Dan's gonna make us play this. What's
He
it
was gonna
coming
make us
out?
play one of these Mario parties anyhow. So
And I would have, but I was hoping it'd be the sixth.
I want to do the voice control one for GameCube.
Oh, yeah.
That's like 3 of them on GameCube.
That's
Okay.
like that's 6, 7, and 8. There's like so many on the GameCube. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
I think I only
What
ever
about
played
the
Mario Party
GameCube?
1 before this like recent trip where I played a bunch of them.
October 27th. Or at least that's some news.
4 is good. 4 is like
You know you have
maybe
to
the
do
best
50.
one.
You know you have to do 50 turns.
No,
Don't
shut
you?
up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I got 4 recently because that is like
You
it's
have
funny
to
because like they made 3 or 4 more after that. Everyone's like, oh, 4's the
Yeah.
good one. I'm like, okay.
Have the keeper of the knowledge, of the giant bomb knowledge.
Yeah, I'll play 50 turns of Mario Party. I
You
don't
have
care.
to do 50
Oh my
turns.
god.
Yeah, I'll do 50. I'm
fine.
gonna do 50. We're definitely gonna end up doing 50 turns.
No,
like, that's
because I hear
happening.
people saying, no, shut up. Like, no, I ain't shutting up about that, bro.
This is that. Now I got to tweet. All right.
Man, Jeff, now it looks so close. The fact that it's off, it's like split is bothering me. You sure you
Yeah,
want to like make...
listen, I was gonna get around to fixing it here in a second.
It's so close to being
Told
perfect.
you, yeah, it's like you need to lower it.
Should I move you up or?
There we go. Is everyone going to stop complaining about no in-person podcasts now? I'm going to notice a fucking difference.
How's that look?
Ooh, that looks
Oh, that's
almost
hot.
perfect.
That's kind of like tittillating.
Is that you touching? Are you touching shoulder?
I especially like how I'm taller than you.
Shit. All right, well that's fine. Pretty close. So, like sometimes I look at you and we're in person. I'm like, he's a little bit taller than me, right?
No, you're a little taller. Like
yeah,
a
but
smidge.
yeah, but right there. You're right there.
Yeah,
Okay, I gotta
just
remember.
8
I gotta
inches.
remember
that
if I
big
need to
dick is
look.
pulling him down.
If I have to pretend to look at you, I have to look this way.
I have it set up so when I do look at you, it looks like I'm looking at you. So, hello there.
I took kiss now. I mean, she's listening to the podcast.
I heard the fire escape was good. Actually, I want to hear that. They talk about me, everybody. I don't know why they. That's a weird question. Man. Like, they talk about me on the
You ask that
Bombcast.
question every time we recommend the podcast.
Well, they talk about me on the Bombcast a lot. I'm like, more podcasts should do this.
Best.
No,
Let me fix the title because he says best 2D Mario ever. It should be best non-mainline.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I can tell you shut the hell up.
There you go. Careful, people getting shoot mad. I'm like, look, I'm not even shoot mad. It's all right, everybody. Yeah.
People get shoot mad or
It
shoot.
would be
I know
a shame
that.
if the name of this podcast will be different when it goes up.
Hey, you do what you want. That's your prerogative. Ready, Jeff?
I'm ready. I just tweeted. I am now. Yes. Let me turn on this music, and then that's
I
what
want-
we.
You know what
Good.
I'm gonna do? Because I'm like sore again. I'm gonna pop some Advil real quick and get some, and then we'll start.
Oh sure, yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah, Mike's getting high. Let's go.
Yeah, high in the whole house. Let's do
I'm
it.
gonna take my sleeping medication.
Okay, well, don't do that, Christian. Well, you know what? You might as well. You do it every time. Okay.
You know me, right?
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now!
There it is.
Let's get this over with.
Okay. We should be sounding good on that front.
Ah!
Oh,
Get shit over.
he's dying.
Got it. It's back.
Okay.
There you
I
go.
think we're ready to go.
Oh,
Yeah,
We're ready to
ready.
start. I'm going to.
it's gonna take 2 Vicodin, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
You should never
I'm
have
joking.
fewer than
I'm
2
joking.
Vicodin.
I'm joking. It's definitely not.
Well, listen, it's okay as long as you mix it with whiskey. Then you're okay. All right.
I'm
all right.
joking. All right, I'm ready.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna count us in. Then you really ready?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3.
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now! Let's get this over with. Yeah.
Woof woof. Hi, I'm Mike Minotti, and I am a Nintendog.
Hi, I'm Jeff Grubb, and I am a Nintendog. One of these weeks, the Minotti that's written after my name there is gonna get me.
We are the last Nintendogs. Woof woof woof. You didn't woof, so I felt like I had to. Today, what do we think of Super Mario Brothers Wonder? A new NSO game is dropping soon, and what's the latest on the Switch 2? Jeff, you've done some Photoshop wizardry to appear in my room. I think we gotta have a little kissy kiss.
Yeah,
Is that
that's good stuff.
That's
Good enough. All right, fantastic.
Wow, everybody's cheering in chat. Everyone's so excited. Oh, we're glad we can make your night. Absolutely.
and for free. This is not on the paywall.
Now let's show our feet. Yay!
Jeff, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Sore. I had to get a bunch of vaccines because I'm going on a boat, and I heard that disease can be a problem on there sometimes. So I got my COVID booster. Nothing, no problem. Then I got my flu shot yesterday. Kicking my butt.
Yeah,
Just sore and
sore
tired.
everywhere, or sore like
No.
I'm sure you're sore in your arm.
Not really. It keeps
Okay.
moving around. Right now it's my neck. I was
Oof.
intensely
Well, that's rough.
sore on my right side.
Ooh, that's rough.
Like,
Your
like,
obliques.
yeah, just all over the place. And sometimes nauseous and just tired. I don't know. Maybe I'm just actually sick or something, and it's just coinciding with this. But I don't know. I just feel okay.
Your boat, you're going through all this. Your boat's definitely going to be like a norovirus boat, or like hoof and mouth, or whatever the fuck it is. You're gonna, all kinds of different fun diseases.
That's okay. Mickey will be there.
Yeah, Mickey knows the cure to norovirus.
You think I can request Mickey to give me last rites?
Yeah, I think just to come and speak in Latin, doing the thing with the cross on the beads. I don't know what that is, but he's doing the thing. Yeah, I would
like
enjoy
that.
that. Yeah, me too. I would love that.
You think there's a club for people who got last rites and then didn't die? It's got to be kind of like a
Yeah, because
swag
you can't
move.
get them again, right? That's the whole thing.
Is that it? Is
you're-
that right?
yeah.
So you're covered.
Well,
Well,
no,
why
I
don't we
think
just get
it's
them,
a
like, when we're
problem.
born?
No, I think it's a problem because
it's bad.
last rites are very helpful for you because it cleans you of all the stuff you've done. Now you've done a bunch of stuff. You already had last rites. You can't get it again, so you're kind of boned a little bit. It's my
I
understanding.
so you got to be real careful now because no take backsies, or you got to be real good with confession.
Yeah, God's a real stickler with these rules.
Yeah.
This guy,
Well, that's
I
what-
tell you.
That's what an omniscient being would really care about is a rule book.
Exactly.
I'm sure.
It's like
So
so you got to make a
sense.
football move. You got to make a living move before you get your last rites and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Let me channel some background here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Nintendo podcast. We've been playing some Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I thought maybe let's lead with that instead of waiting to the end of the show to talk about what we've been playing since this is such a big release. People, I'm sure, just dying to know what we think about the new 2D Mario game. I played quite a lot of it, Jeff. I haven't quite rolled credits yet, but I'm in like that Bowser area now, so I am pretty far along.
I am too. I'm in that Bowser area. I just had Knuckle Fest happen for me, so I don't know if you got the Knuckle Fest yet. Listen, that's Nintendo's name for it, not mine. All right.
Is that what the kids are calling
That's
it
what the
these
kids
days?
are calling. That's what Nintendo's calling it.
Good for them. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun ways to, describe what we do. They deserve a couple of them.
I was like,
Good old Knuckle Fest.
The level loaded up and it just said Knuckle Fest and a bunch of other words. I'm like, okay then.
Gotta stop saying Knuckle Fest. Do you play as Daisy in the Knuckle Fest?
Listen, I do what I gotta do to get through Knuckle Fest. You know me.
Yeah, and Knuckles Fest. So that's great. Fantastic. But yeah, what are you thinking, Jeff?
Are you asking me what I'm thinking about this Mario game?
No, I'm asking you what you're thinking about Knuckle Fest. Yes.
Well, I got some searches I can show you. I'm loving it. It's really goddamn good. It starts great, and then it maintains that level of inventiveness and creativity throughout, and it's incredibly charming, and it feels really good. I definitely feel like they've, maybe it's the animations, but in my head, they've tuned the movement of Mario and the jumping, and it feels springier. It feels more reactive. It feels very, very just like poppy when you're playing, and I just love the way it feels. So just everything is working for this game. The music's great. It's got some great some cool references. Some like classic tracks play and some choice moments and stuff like that.
You would freak out if I explained liking a Star Wars movie as having good references. I know.
Yes.
I'm not really holding you to that, but I just couldn't resist myself.
No, yeah, you're right, but that's because like a Star Wars movie, if it only has good references, then that's a problem. This doesn't only have good references, and this is like pretty like restrained with that stuff. They are doing some fun deep cuts.
There's a lot of new enemies.
Yeah, and there are a lot of new enemies. What is it, Missile Meg?
New music.
Missile
Meg.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan.
Mommy Missile Meg.
Mommy Missile Meg. Yeah, absolutely.
There's absolutely nothing sexual about that character. I'm sorry.
Well, it's very tubular, but hey, I like Missile Meg. That level, I was like, okay, it's just another one of these torpedo enemies or rocket enemies. You hop on their head and they fall. It's like, no, they like slowly crumble down.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite levels.
And it feels really good. They just made everything fun, and it's just such my shit. It's such the kind of game that I just love to play. It's what I think of when I think of video games, and the idea that we had to kind of wait a really, really long time for Nintendo to get back to this is a little bit sad, that like we missed kind of a long period of having these kinds of games be this inventive, but whatever. I'm just glad it's back.
Yeah, I mean, for a while we were just happy to have 2D Mario again because it had been a while, and it was at that weird point where like maybe that just wouldn't happen. It's funny how like I forget just how bad that does look. It looks way worse than ever looking at it now.
Yes,
like somebody did a side by side of going down a pipe in some new Super Mario Bros. Game in this. Like the animation is not just better, Jeff. There was no animation.
There was nothing. Yes, it's completely lifeless.
Put down it.
Yep, it's. I don't know. And then you get to the fourth one of those, and it's not any better. It's like exactly the same thing. So yeah, I hate looking at those games right now. Is where I'm at. I hope I kind of get over that a little bit. Like, okay, yeah, they were not good for that stuff. Whatever. There's some fun to still be had with those games. But right now, I look at them and I get a little bit mad.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you mean. I also don't know if it would really hurt me too bad if I never played one of those again,
sure,
to be honest.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. For me, I really enjoyed two of those games. I like the original, and I hate New Super Mario Brothers 2. So, like, hey, whatever. They are not, like, the top tier. Like, right now, I'm playing this game, and I'm like, after this, I might go play Super Mario World, like, right away.
Yeah.
Just where I'm at right now. That's how into Mario I am at the moment. And that's fine. Like, I'll go back to those games. And then in 10 years, maybe I'll revisit the new Super Mario Brothers games.
So you think so it really is like ranking up there with like those classic 2D ones? You think it's better? You think it's right there? Maybe not quite as good as those?
I think it's right there is where I'm at right now. And it's tough. For one thing, I don't necessarily like thinking about ranking things in that way. It's like, does this get added to the canon is how I like to think about it personally. Because
Don't ask Stan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right, exactly. Yes, but it does get, for me, it's like, yeah, it's in the canon. It goes up on the Mount Rushmore of Mario games. So that has like 50 heads,
Right.
but whatever. It plays with those games, and I'm just very excited about that. That rules that we have another one that is just that good. It really just comes down to how many cool ideas are in there, and it's every
Right.
single level.
Well, that's what's the single best thing is the Wonder Seed idea, because it does literally give them a way to do something cool in every level.
Yep.
And it's always fun because you don't know exactly what it's going to do. A lot of the times it's something completely brand new. Most of the times it's something brand new. Even if it is familiar, it's a pretty new twist on it.
Yep.
So yeah, that stuff is fantastic. So yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. Would you like to hear my kind of nitpicky things?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
It's weird how some of the worlds don't end with a like castle or a boss at all. You just kind of get to the end and they're like, here's your Wonder Seed, go away. Especially for a game that was like in development forever. It's like, wait, what? Like, clearly there's not a timing issue. Why isn't there a boss level here?
Yeah, I could see that. I like the placement of the Bowser ships. Like, they just pop up in random spots
Yeah.
around the overworld
Those are
map.
fun.
I like that, but that doesn't mean they couldn't have done something at the end of some of those levels. I know what you mean.
I think all of the badges I've had so far are fun or pins. I have found that like that first hat one to still be the best one for pretty much any scenario, mostly because you can keep using it, so you can get infinite vertical height off of a wall jump with it, and you get the floating thing. So I love like the challenge levels where I get to play with the other pins, but usually I'm just using that floaty hat one for the most
I started
part.
using the spin jump that gives you a few extra feet at the top of your
Yeah.
jump. I like that one a lot. But yeah, I mix it up a little bit. But yeah, when I need to like go back to a default right now, it is that like that seems like the main power up for this game. Actually, the parachute hat, even more so than the elephant and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, this is going to be the most helpful most of the time. But I'm glad to have all that variety. It does mix things up.
And I mean, like the most nitpicky, like I like Elephant Mario. It's cool. It looks fun. Ability wise, it's nothing like crazy. You basically have a melee swipe attack kind of a thing,
Yep.
and you can do some stuff with water.
Yep, the power ups are just, they're fine. I like the drill one actually the best, I think. But like the bubble one, I'm like, whatever.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's missing something like the cape, or gosh, even like the flying squirrel from New Super Mario Bros. U, like something that is a more movement based one. I
Right.
think they don't, because all of those are tied into the badges so much.
Right, which
But
I
get it.
like that they didn't force those into power ups. I'm glad they're like, no, the badge is just there and you have it, and no matter what, even if you're little, you're still going to be able to do these things. I think that's an improvement, but I agree. If like we're like just like looking at the power ups, they're a little bit underwhelming. God, I had a nitpick and now I'm trying to remember it. Do you have anything else while I try to think?
I think that as far as nitpicks, I think that's it. I think those are all the big ones. What?
The boss fights you do get into, it's like, oh, we're doing this again.
Yeah, it's just, for one thing, like Bowser Jr. in general has been kind of played out for me as the sort of like, this is just the guy you fight on the sub boss levels.
Yep.
And over that, I was like way happier with the Odyssey method of introducing like that kind of the brutals or something like that, something new. Don't bring back the Koopa kids. I'm also over that. You know what? I mean, Bowser Jr. in general, fine.
Yeah.
I don't know about that character. It's fine. That character, okay.
I mean, listen, Scrappy Doo like characters are always kind of annoying and
right.
stuff
It's like
that.
what's Scrappy do, but like a bad guy? Like, okay.
Yep.
But I'm just surprised how much airtime he gets. He was like prominent in Bowser's Fury, of course. He was prominent in the first Mario plus Rabbids. I'm like, man, Bowser Jr.
They go to
gets
Bowser Jr.
a lot
a
of
lot.
screen time and probably like more dialogue boxes than like any other Mario character. It's like, why is this little kid talking to me all the time as if he's like some beloved or like really entertaining character? It's fine. I don't have a big problem with Bowser
I
Jr.
agree. Yeah, I wish they would kind of try something new there. But the fights you do with Bowser Jr., I'm like, these are okay. I just wish there was more variety with
There are
that.
no Sonic Superstars boss fights, right?
Oh yeah, of course not. No, those are just, they can't even touch that. Everything is so different and new and shiny. And then like there's a couple of those ones where it's like you just got to hit a button at the end of a stage and it's a little bit of obstacle course, and they're like short, and I found them relatively easy. So it's like, oh, that's it, and then you do that at least twice. I think 3 times I've done it so far, I'm like, okay, that there should have been, they should have tried something different here, or they should have made these a bit more challenging or something like that. I don't know, but there's more challenging levels in the game, especially the lava world that I'm in, the last world, the Bowser area. A lot of the 4-star, 5-star difficulties, whatever the highest one is, and they're a little bit more challenging for sure. There are even more challenging stages. I don't want to spoil anything with that.
Good, because I do like that trend of pretty much all the Mario games where you kind of get these like extra challenging levels. I think 3D World did that maybe the best. A ton of super fun, extra challenging worlds there that were a ton of fun.
And then there's like the thing where I'm like, hey, in that first world, we found that secret pipe that like shows you what looked like a snow world, and I don't think I've been there yet. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
I'm like, wait, what's going on with that? So like, I guess that's a spoiler, but like the game like teases it early if you like look for it. So it's like I have no idea what's going on with that. I have an idea of what might be happening there, but I guess we'll find out once I beat the game and go check out the rest of the stuff.
Yeah,
I'm 100%ing this. I can't wait to do it. It feels like the kind of game I will be returning to every year for the foreseeable future.
Right, and I know I like wanted to list like my nitpicks, and there they were. But yeah, in general, really fun, having a great time. Absolutely the best 2D Mario since the world.
Yes, it gets all the stuff it's like supposed to do right. It gets it really right, so that's good.
Yeah, no, totally. And like so much of it is just like really the two big things are, man, the animation's better. Guess 3 things. It controls so well. It feels so good. And the Wonder Seed stuff is super neat and super fun. And you can play as Daisy, so that's great. I've been kind of like, I was playing as Daisy for a while, and then after a while, I was like, okay, I do kind of want to play as Mario in the Mario game. Yeah. To be fair.
I've been playing as mostly Mario. I play some Luigi when my kids want to play. I will say when that is another small thing, and I do think this is small because it's just that's how games go sometimes. It's not great for younger kids. They struggle with a lot of the like more complicated ideas, and there's a lot of ideas. Like this game changes things up on you. That's the whole idea of the Wonder Seeds. Kids struggle with that. Like it's like, oh, suddenly the rules have changed. I need to be thinking in a different way. That takes them some time. And it would be better if they would play as Yoshi or Nabbit. They do not give a shit about Nabbit, and they don't really want to play as Yoshi.
No one cares about Nabbit.
Yeah.
I was like putting the kid's glove on for Bowser Jr. Nabbit, who also is maybe Bowser Jr. I'm confused because he has the handkerchief. Why is Nabbit here? Who likes Nabbit? Why is Nabbit back?
I think
Nabbit.
Okay, good. So he said it. He said it, everybody. I'm like, hey, Nabbit is kids. You should play as that. Nabbit's cute. And they're like, no, that thing sucks.
Kids like Yoshi, though. Your kids not into Yoshi?
They're not as into Yoshi as they are into Princess Peach and Daisy, and even Mario and Luigi.
And
even Toads, like the Toadette. They want to play as Toadette. Yeah.
Or Sonic, right?
Or Sonic, yes. They like Sonic right now more than any of these characters. They spend all night watching Sonic videos on YouTube. So
let's go.
Yeah, that's where we're at. I wish there was a way to like make it more friendly to them, but at the same time, it's like, no, this is a game we'll just get to later. In a couple years, it'll be a lot easier.
Hey, tell them about the Mario games we had to play. Mario 3, that game was hard.
Yep, it's hard. Like, God, man, I beat Super Mario Brothers for the first time like years after I first played it. So,
oh yeah, we never beat the games we had as kids. No one did.
Exactly. So yeah. But overall, just an amazing game.
Yeah, really, really happy with it. Really having a good time. It's definitely like another feather in the Switch's cap of just being this all-timer system.
Yep.
And like some point soon, like, you know, I've been almost kind of waxing nostalgic about the Switch all year, even though it's been having this year, which has been just absolutely ridiculous. Like one of its best years, honestly.
Yeah, it's
with
like
this,
the victory lap year is like arguably
Kingdom.
its best year. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, the bookend, right?
Yep.
That first year and second. And it's going to be interesting to see what next year's like, because that could be the year, as we're waiting for Switch 2, where it does feel a little bit more sparse, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I got a few news topics, Jeff, we can get into. Everybody watching live, by the way, I've been seeing those super chats come in. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
we will
everybody.
read all super chats before the end of the show. If you are watching live, please do hit that thumbs up button. I promise we get to 100. I will give Jeff another kiss. There you go. Jeff, just Mario Party 3 is coming to NSO expansion pack. The Nintendo 64 party game will be releasing on, that was the day here, I think October 24th is what they said. I will make sure about that. But yes, October world premiere.
Megaton, Megaton.
27th, October 27th. So there you go. Mario Party 3. We knew this one was coming.
Yep.
Here it is now. Does this only leave 1080 as like Excite? Look, we got Excite.
We got Excite Bike.
Just 1080 now.
So now there's just 1080, right? Yes,
Okay.
that sounds
just
right.
waiting for it to get colder. I hope. I guess.
I guess so. I mean, that sounds like something they drop now in late November, and then.
Okay.
And then they don't have anything for December, and then maybe in January we get a fucking announcement of like a new batch that will come over the next several years.
Right, that's where we'll hear about like Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah. But hey, here's this. I mean, this isn't. It's kind of neat for me, Jeff. I am really happy with Mario Party Superstars. It's basically the only Mario Party I want to play.
It's based on the maps from the first two games and this one?
First three. Yeah,
Okay.
first three. Then the Nintendo 64 one. I think there might actually even be some Mario Party 4 stuff in that now. I'm not sure.
I mean, maybe
but at
an
least
update, I don't
three.
know. Okay. Well, that's
At least three.
That's listen, I'm with you. At the same time, when Mario Party 1 did come to the Switch online, I did play that with Dan, and it was still fun to go back to that. So
Their games are always fun.
Yeah, I have a good
But
time.
by this time, I think they were better about some of that stuff that destroyed your analog stick in Mario Party 1. So that's fine. Sean says Superstars is maps from first three Mario Parties and the mini games from all. There you go.
Cool.
Thank you, Sean. Yeah. So we'll see. There might be a certain Riker who might make us play this, or maybe who wants us to play Superstars. I don't
think we're going to be in a position where that's forced upon us. That seems very unlikely.
Yeah, well, we would have to fly over to Minneapolis
That's
for
just
that
not
to
gonna
happen.
happen.
Something stupid like that. Oh, man. Hey, Doug Bowser says that the Nintendo account will ease the transition to the Switch successor. This is an interview with Inverse, Jeff. One thing we've done with the Switch to help with the communication and transition to a new console generation is the formation of the Nintendo account, Bowser explained. In the past, every device we transitioned to had a whole new account system. Yeah, that was pretty stupid, huh? Creating the Nintendo account will allow us to communicate with our players if and when we make a transition to a new platform to help ease that process or transition. Jeff, this is a bit of a duh, but like before, again, Nintendo had not done this before. Long after other companies had. So thank God that we do know that this is the case.
Yes.
Now, we don't know exactly what this is going to entail. Is this going to be related to backwards compatibility? Are we going to be able to just install all of our Switch games, at least the ones we bought digitally, on our Switch 2? We're not sure yet, but it's a
I heard there's
promising
going to be a
sign.
Switch without backward compatibility. Nick in chat.
My God, that's right.
Yeah. Now listen, I think that you're right to point out we don't know what this looks like, but I think we do know what it needs to be for this to make sense. Like for him to be out here pumping this up as like this is going to be good for us and it's going to be good for you, it means there's got to be a lot of continuity between the two systems. Clearly the big thing is the subscription stuff needs to work sort of without question. That's like the real continuity here. Who cares about a Nintendo Switch account if at least the subscription I'm paying for doesn't work? Honestly, then also all the games you've purchased need to function in some way as well.
There's no way NSO has to go. Like the NSO games, that 1,000,000% just has to transfer. There's no way we're going to have a whole new service with a whole new way to play Super Mario Brothers and freaking Zelda 2, right?
Mm-hmm. So
this is now the thing.
Yep. So, listen, they got, they're going to have to communicate this exactly what it is. If it's all good news, that's great. If there's some weirdness to it, it's Nintendo. I bet it could get very weird. It could get very odd if it's like spotty in terms of its support for what worked on the Switch. My guess is it will be almost 100% support to the point where it's like, oh, well, Labo doesn't work. It's like, oh, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. We'll survive.
Snipper Clips might have a hard time.
Yeah, maybe like Snipper Clips. Who knows? Yeah, but like for the most part, I expect everything to work.
Special Nick did say in our chat, I said my source wasn't even sure if Nintendo would follow through with the two backwards compatibility options. Now I believe Special Nick, and like I believe the source, but I also like I just can't see how you do a Switch 2 without backwards compatibility of some kind,
right?
Of some substantial kind, like not like just a little bit. It just I just feel like that would be a cluster. I feel like that'd be an absolute disaster. I feel like that'd be a terrible foot to start off on.
Right. And then it's like if we do go down that road, and then they're still talking about like the Nintendo Switch Online account like still works. It's like, to what fucking end? What does that matter? But it's like Nintendo's
Right.
like, you can sign in with the same account. Isn't that exciting? It's like, what are you talking
cool.
about? What the hell are you talking about?
Go download this app to use voice chat.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you know.
That exactly. It's something along. That's what it will feel like. So, well, it's not going to be that long before we're getting some answers to this stuff. It's not going to be immediate, but it's not going to be too long either.
I mean, this is probably like every Switch game coming out after Mario Wonder is not going to be as big as Mario Wonder now, right? Like, I'm obviously very excited for Mario RPG. There's that Princess Peach game. This is like if we're talking about like tiers, like let's say like S tier releases, right? This was maybe the Switch's last S tier release as far as we know. So it's gonna be time to start thinking more about that stuff and to start talking about that stuff, hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, is there anything after Princess Peach? What is there's another... Is
It's
it
like
just
Luigi's Mansion 2 and Thousand Year Door remake, right?
Okay.
Like, great games.
Damn, why do they always fucking put Mario RPG games at the end of the remakes at the end of the generation?
Yeah.
They got to fix that. They got to stop doing that.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the last really, really, really big one. And I don't see them like reloading that gun on the Switch before we get an announcement for a new system.
Yeah. So let's see. Speaking of the Switch 2, Jeff, you've been talking about possibility of something like ray tracing on the Switch 2. Can you explain yourself?
Well, it's not me. This is from...
Well, what have you done?
This is from Nate the Hates podcast, and basically that it's going to support NVIDIA DLSS 3.5, which has ray reconstruction. That is the main feature in NVIDIA DLSS 3.5, which would mean it would have to have ray tracing of some sort to then reconstruct. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The other thing was like this. Then this backed up the some of like Nick's reporting about the two variations on the model, where one would be physical and digital, and the other one would be digital only. For ray tracing, it's like, hey, it's NVIDIA that they're working with. That's their partner. NVIDIA is going to hand over a system on a chip that probably is going to feature many of their biggest technologies in it. Like, that only makes sense for NVIDIA to do that. As long as they can make it affordable enough to make it make sense for Nintendo. I think the assumption for a long time was that the SoC that Nintendo would be getting would be old enough that maybe like the most recent versions of ray tracing and some of the DLSS features wouldn't necessarily make a ton of sense. But if we're getting DLSS 3.5, that means you should expect like the full suite of stuff. It may be short of frame generation. Frame generation is like creating fake frames, but doing it in a way that's good enough for video gaming. And that enables you to go from like 60 frames per second, maybe up to 120 frames per second in that range. And it's very cool technology. I was using it in Cyberpunk recently, and it looks great. But it really works at like higher frame rates. And we're talking about a handheld, so it's like we were feeling probably lucky if we get 60 frames per second at all on the Switch, let alone going from 60 to 120. And then are we talking about a high refresh rate screen? There's been no reporting on that for a Switch follow-up. So yeah, when it comes to the ray tracing itself, I do expect it to have some form of ray tracing hardware from NVIDIA in there. I just don't know why other than NVIDIA just is including it as a default, because it's not like the kind of thing that is going to be supported in a lot of games, even if the hardware is there.
Right, yeah, it just seems like a weird fit. Almost concerning, because again, I think what most people want is just for more games to be running at good frame rates, right? And like, what does ray tracing even do for like a Mario game? Right?
I mean,
I guess it can help, but
I
don't
think
know.
if anyone could figure out like fun gameplay stuff to do with ray tracing, it would be Nintendo. But like, even if Nintendo games do get ray tracing, I mean, like even if the Switch across the board gets ray tracing, the kind of ray tracing it's going to get is going to be like reflections, and it's going to be ambient occlusion, and these are things that like improve the overall image quality. And obviously reflections are cool, and you could do some gameplay stuff with that. But there's other ways to do reflections. The big boy ray tracing of global illumination, which is with the big thing that's in Cyberpunk right now. It's in a few other games, but really the example is Cyberpunk. There's no way that's running on a Switch 2. There's no way we're getting global illumination on that system. So,
Oh, with that attitude.
well, we might get like stuff like Lumen, which is a similar technology.
Got Witcher 3 on the Switch.
That's true, but I listen, even at like okay, maybe Quake, that like Quake real-time ray tracing or the path tracing that they did, maybe that could work because that's an old enough game. But even that like is pretty tough to run on some systems. So, yeah, I like you with that technology though, with that global illumination, you could do something like a Splinter Cell where there's a light and you shoot out the light and it actually is going to behave the way you need it to, and then you could have like these fun physics simulations with a light simulation and see how those interact. There's cool things to be done there.
So finally, Nintendo can make games as technically impressive as Splinter Cell for the original Xbox.
Yeah, right. And I don't think that that's actually realistic for the Switch or for Nintendo. So we'll
Incredible.
see. Yes.
All right. Jeff, we've got some super chats. Would you like to read those?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just expand this so I can
What
see
if
the
we
chats.
do that after this break?
All right, we'll take a break first.
And now we're back from the break.
Okay. And we're back. What, are you about to talk like Christian gets to say when you're back from a break? I tell you when you're back from a break.
I'm sorry.
I can't believe you.
He's doing a good job. What do you want from me?
No, he's not. No.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job. All right, Jeff, read those super chats, please.
Grudgingly saying he's doing a good job is the best we can get from Mike, and that's fine. All right, super chats. Willow Davis says, woof, woof. Took an edible 40 minutes ago, specifically so it hit during my favorite show, Last of the Nintendogs. Glad we could help you out. I hope that kiss really worked for you then, Willow Davis. That's
right. Look at that. You're 7 likes away from another one.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Uriel Delgado says, I'm not a Mario fan, but will play this one. Silent Hill Collection chances of coming? Question mark. 1 and 3 would still be lost out there technically. They announced a million Silent Hill projects. I don't remember what the status of like.
Yeah, was there even a collection announced as a part of
I don't
it? There's
think
so
so.
much
Must
there.
not have been. Yeah.
And it all felt so far away still that it was hard to like, I don't know, think too much about it. People don't seem very happy with the Metal Gear Solid collection, though, huh?
No, I mean, there's definitely some problems with it. Like apparently the mouse doesn't work in the PC version or something like that. So it's like super duper broken in some ways.
Especially I'd like to play Metal Gear Solid. I mean, what I was kind of hoping like, I'll get the Switch versions because that's fine. I just need to play these games, but not getting those at 60 FPS. I was basically that deflated a lot of it. So now I'm like, well, I'll get it to play on my system, but like I have those games over there for the PlayStation 2. But either way, I'm not going to have time to get back to Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 for a while. So by the time I do, hopefully they're patched up and running a bit better.
Yeah, and I expect that to probably be the case. I have it on Steam, so I'm gonna be checking it out on the Steam Deck or the Roger Ally, and I'll see how it goes on there. I expect it to be just fine, and then I also expect modders to help out with that as well.
Apparently, the PC port is stuck at 720p is the max resolution.
That's fucking hilarious. Okay, let's see. Listen, I'll play it on system where I play 720p games anyhow, so it'll be fine. But that's still fucking stupid. From Adam GC. Sorry, I went with the other one first. These Spider-Mans are just such a goddamn treat every time. Yeah, hey man, that Spider-Man guy. I already beat that Spider-Man game, so I'm good. That's how it worked.
I've been playing a lot of it. It's been very fun. I've been enjoying it immensely. It's exactly the thing that I said was going to happen, Jeff, where I was like felt no excitement for that game. Its entire marketing period and all of that stuff never felt moved at all. But I was like, I don't know why I like those games a lot. Then I finally played it, like, oh yeah, these games are fun. Yeah, I like Spider-Man.
Yep, it's like as soon as I got into the swing of things, as soon as things really got going with the story and with the abilities, I know everyone seems to like that intro. I needed to get past the intro personally. That's like obviously a me thing at this point. I
like the intro, but I'm Uncharted coded. You know me, I like a good scripted sequence.
And it's got a lot of that. But once I got past that, I'm like, okay, I'm into this, and it just kept getting better and better. And until it does plateau, but it plateaus very high, very high.
Somebody called me on the comments on something. I was like, did Mike just learn what the phrase coded? Because he uses it all the time. And I'm like, look.
Yes.
Yes. It's a good word.
It's a fun one. Yeah. Jan taught us.
Thank you, Jan.
We learned it from watching Jan. Yeah. L. Grug says, remember when Jeff said he would beat Sonic Superstars before playing Wonder? And when Mike said he'd watch Love Boat? Okay. So I did play Wonder, but for work. So that doesn't count. And then
Well,
maybe
you also played it for personal reasons before
no,
that.
because I forgot and my brain didn't work. I got a bad brain.
I mean, that's okay.
I just like started it up without thinking. But then then I did beat Sonic Superstars before I allowed myself to play it anymore after the work outing. It was tough. It's hard to go to Sonic Superstars from Mario. Do you get that? Do you understand what I'm saying there with that? Like, it's tough to go back to Sonic for Mario. You could admit it. You could admit it.
No, I mean, if I was you, I kind of get it. It doesn't bother me. I think
Sure.
I think at its core, like 2D Mario is fun when it has like the right physics, which Superstars does. You're right about a lot of the issue game. Level design's kind of bland. The bosses are terrible. I still, and I mean this, it doesn't mean it's not code for bad. I mean, it's fine.
Okay,
It's
all right.
fun sometimes.
I believe you this time until I play. If I play any more of it, then I won't believe you anymore. All right, let's see. Willow Davis is back.
We got 100. Okay, want to just give me one on the cheek here?
Oh yeah. It's,
Thank
that's
you.
amore. Woo!
All right, thank you, appreciate it.
Willow Davis says, if you stuck a finger at Mario, would he say "Wowie Zowie" or "Mamma Mia"?
You say "Wowie Zowie, mommy."
Yeah, I think yes. I think he would get a little bit.
Just say
mixed in.
"mommy,"
Yeah,
and
just-
you won't like the tone. You won't like the tone.
Yes, he'd say "I Poppy."
You'll say
Antonioni.
Daisy, and then Peach will get real mad.
Antonioni says the level Muncher Fields is an absolute.
Muncher Fields. Why do all these things sound like sexual acts?
I also noticed Muncher Fields. I was like, huh. Every time we start with these levels, it's all right then. Is an absolute ambience. I don't know what to make with that. Love the new and unique enemies that affect world geometry in all different ways. When I think of the best 2D Mario now, my brain goes to this first. Excuse me. Yeah, I totally get that. Wonder's definitely up there for me. Just is. So
it's hard because World was like the one when I was a kid. World feels like a bigger game for some reason still. I think that World can still feel a bit more challenging throughout, perhaps. And I think I don't know why, because like so many Mario games have had these overworlds since Mario 3 started, but Mario World still has the best of those for me. I don't know why.
And it's a
like
big
that
thing
one
for me.
most.
I still like unlocking different levels in the overworld by going through secret exits in levels.
Right.
That
And
is
we
so
have a
much
few
fun to
secret
me.
exits in
Well,
this game.
there's secret exits in this game, but they don't unlock different pathways, at least as far as I can remember.
There's a couple, I think, at least in World 6, but it's nothing crazy.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy.
And it's like finding Soda Lake, right? Like, like actually getting 97 on the completion file. And it's like, oh my God, I had no idea this even existed. And like finally discovering it when it's like, oh, that looks like maybe there's something underneath there. That goes a long way. And I know a lot of that's nostalgia, but also Super Mario World is fucking perfect. So it's right now it's neck and neck. I'll see where it settles out over time, especially as I come back to this game, which I'm definitely planning to do. All right. Blaine Sheasley. Speaking of Scrappy Doo, my wife put on an OG Scooby Doo for my toddler tonight and then left for work. He got scared and won't sleep now. Should I divorce? I don't see what other option you have. I think you have to. I'm sorry, bud. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Kids get scared of the most random bullshit, man.
Yeah, and then they'll like love Nightmare Before Christmas, like constantly, and then like one day suddenly get scared of that. You can't tell. And like someday they like their favorite thing is something that scares them. Like they'll be really afraid of the villain from Tangled. Yes, but they'll like only want to watch it. But when the villain comes up, they'll cry a bunch. But like don't turn it off because they'll get mad. So kids are a lot.
Right now, Addie's no longer scared. Well, she's scared of her doll of Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. She's fine with her in the movie, but the monster under the bed in the beginning song, that is just petrifying to her. So I'm like, oh, great,
I am the one hiding under your bed.
Yes.
Fingers like snakes and spiders in my head.
Exactly. And she's not a big fan of that. All right, M&M Goldie, do you think the Switch 2 is also in audition for NVIDIA trying to get the next PlayStation and Xbox? Listen, I think that it is definitely, you know what? Yes, straight up yes. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't they want that? They definitely want that.
Sure.
It's not super likely. It's possible. It's just not super likely. AMD is going to almost certainly be more affordable unless they go with then this is the thing with Microsoft said they were considering going with an ARM chip, and then maybe that makes more sense, and that would you'd be better off going with an ARM chip from NVIDIA than AMD, although AMD could provide that. They definitely could do it. Yes, it's an audition. It's very unlikely to work, though, so we'll see. From Steven Sullivan, do you think Switch is backward compatible? I can't really make heads of the two model speculation and why that means it's a lock or not. I suppose like the reason, and again, Nick was here. We'll see if he's still here. I suppose like maybe backward compatibility only works in one version because only one version has the original Switch hardware built into it. Maybe that's how they're doing it. That wouldn't be. I don't like that, but that's a solution, and it's a Nintendo style solution that they've done before. So.
That's how stuff like Game Boy Advance backwards compatibility worked on like a DS, right?
Yes, I think it's how it's. Listen, like the GameCube and the Wii was basically a GameCube, so it was
right. But like PlayStation 2, even it just has PlayStation 1 stuff in it. That's why that does backwards compatibility. Right. It's been a solution we've seen before. It's an expensive one, though,
and it's weird, it's cumbersome, and it's not a long-term solution because the following system almost certainly is not going to have that built in as well. So I kind of want them to solve the problems now, do the emulation, do the translation layer, whatever it requires now, so that it's solved for all time. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We're going to keep going here. The Uncharted Wolf. Mike has ruined me. I played as Daisy in a level as a joke, and now she's the only character I play. She's just so cool.
Hey, I didn't even like Daisy when this joke started. I forget why it started. I used to like Rosalina. I didn't even care about Daisy. Then people kept making this joke, and after a while, I was like, they kind of have a good point, though. And like, now here I am.
You worked yourself into a shoot. Oh my god!
I worked myself into a shoot. Well, they worked me into a shoot, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was Sean actually, because Sean wanted Rosalina for himself. So,
it worked. It worked.
Yep, that's how it goes. And then Lurkin with my Gherkin says, good name.
That's a good name.
Everyone playing Wonder needs to go into the settings and change the Talking Flower language to German. It just hits so different. Scheiß! Yeah, I like the English version.
Yeah, but like that was one thing. Like I think a lot of people will read it out by the Talking Flower. I love the Talking Flowers. They are funny.
Most people have come around to the Talking Flower, and my evidence is that today during the Bombcast, Dan's like, I'm into it now. It's like, because he started off like, no, I gotta change this. I'm an old man. I gotta change this. And then it's like, now he's like, oh no, I like it and they're funny. I'm like, oh wow, okay.
They are funny.
It's hitting really well. I love it. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of them.
All right, that does it for the super chats, Mike. Back to you.
That was a bunch. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to send more, and we will still get to those. We'll take another break. We're going to get back with our topic, which is hidden gems on the Super Nintendo. We did NES when Jeff wasn't here, and now it's Super Nintendo's time. Let's go. After this break. That's a weird thing to say. Just like, let's go, and then you're going to hear about some casino or something. I don't know what you're going to get. You do your ad first. We'll be right here.
There you go.
Good podcasters is what it is.
We're good at this.
We're really good at
You
this.
fucking nailed it, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we got it.
You wanna go right into it, or you wanna take a leak, whatever?
Let's just do it, because we'll probably have to do one more break in the middle of this stuff.
Hang on, let me think of a hidden gem. The ones I would have said we've talked about so much at this point.
Yeah, I know. Hidden gems is always such a weird spectrum. Like, what is a hidden gem?
Let me delete this thing for a second.
God, the Super Nintendo's good.
Oh yeah. I can see on the horizon.
Oh yeah, I need to delete this. But I guess, yeah. Save.
Okay. Well, God, some of these I'm like, I don't consider, like at this point, it's hard to even consider them.
Sure, they're not so hidden anymore.
Yeah. I think I'll go with this one though. That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
We're back, Jeff. I went to a mine, and I found some gems. They were hidden, but no more. I brought them up. They look like they are SNES cartridge shaped. Let's see what happens. We plop them in there. Do you have like, SNES is such an explored console, Jeff. Had a big library, though, so there are still every once in a while games maybe you haven't heard of or you heard of once but you never really played. Is there something you would recommend to somebody that's maybe not that first wave or even that second wave of like the easy, normal recommendations on the SNES?
Yeah, and this is tough because, like you said, it's so explored, and we're a Nintendo podcast, so we've talked about Super Nintendo games a lot, and then we always kind of do get to these second layer games, and it does keep going. But like the first one that came to mind is like Kirby's Dream Course, and at this point, no way that doesn't qualify. That's just a straight up first tier
good game.
It's such a good game.
Underrated game.
Underrated,
for sure.
maybe yes. Underappreciated, but no, it's well talked about. And then like Uniracers, I kind of like, but even that.
I was thinking about Uniracers. Yeah,
it's like it's on the bubble, sure, but I think a lot of these things are on the bubble. So
people know, but it's a good game.
I'm gonna go with Demon's Crest. Demon's Crest is that Ghosts and Goblins like sort of action adventure game where you play as one of the bad guys.
It's Firebrand.
Yes, Firebrand, and it's surprisingly great. There's a kind of a similar game on the Game Boy. I can never remember.
Yeah, so it's Gargoyle's Quest on the Game Boy, then Gargoyle's Quest 2 on NES, and then this is the third one. But yeah, it's
they're all
Capcom.
really fun. Yes,
they're all very good. Gargoyle's Quest on Game Boy, that's on NSO, and Demon's Crest, this is on NSO. You should check it out because it is just that Capcom, right? This is the Capcom that's making Mega Man X. It is a very good game.
They know how to make fun games, and this is definitely one of them. And it's interesting, and it's got I like the vibe of these games of you playing as a villain character from Ghosts and Goblins. That's just really fun that they were going that deep back then. It's like a different time when like they could just like try all these weird things, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, Demon's Crest is definitely up there for me.
So there's a game for Super Nintendo called Evo Journey to Eden. And again, I'm sure people have heard of this. This is kind of like a proto version of Spore, if people remember Spore. You start off like as like a fish in like the, ancient times, primeval world. Whatever you call
primordial?
that. Primordial world. You're just a fish. You can like eat the fish smaller than you.
He's just a fish.
It's just a fish. You get points and you can choose like things to evolve. And then every once in a while, like the game will jump forward a little bit and you can start evolving like interesting ways. Like, okay, now you go on land. Now you make kind of look like a rhino. If you like do the pass correctly, you could become a bird. You could become a human. Ooh. Really interesting, really neat game. There's a bit of jank to it and a bit of like some of those things that come up in Western developed games. Like they didn't learn about the iframes after getting hit, so like a boss can just kill you 2 seconds. So definitely, if you play that game, if you're not playing original hardware, definitely use your save states. Just see everybody. But really ambitious game, really interesting game. I like Evo quite a bit.
I've never played this, and I've always been curious because I like the idea. I like the idea of Spore still to this day.
Right.
So I should go back and give this a try. That seems like it would fit with me very well.
This is the kind of game like why can't we get this on NSO? Like it can't be that expensive.
This is one they got to be able to figure out for sure.
Yeah, come on. All right. Let's go look at the community. Spider-Man Wolf 5 says, gotta give a shout out to Mega Man X3. Surprised people like X2 more than this game because I think X3 nails the X vibes in gameplay 10 times more than X2 did. X1 reigns supreme though. I mean, X2 and X3 always have a problem of just. It's weird that they don't feel as good as X1 because X1, it's the first one. Normally the first one, like, oh, we can improve that in the sequel. And they are very similar games, obviously. Yet I go back to Mega Man X all the time. But yeah, it does seem like 2 does get more love than 3. And I even hear people say that 2's better than 3. I know I've heard their reasons why, but I don't quite get it myself. I do think X3 is probably underrated.
I could never get into the X games too much. I need to try to rectify that because I know people love X1.
If there was a Mega Man game that you would like, it would be Mega Man X1.
I think I need to just get over the early hump and like get in the flow of it.
Yeah, we'll send you over to Chill Penguin. You'll get your stuff there. And we'll, just look up the boss order. We all did it.
Yeah.
Be clear.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely do that. Yes.
Dumino Crossing says, Cybernator. I haven't played this in ages, so I don't know how well it holds up, but I really enjoy it as a kid. This is Konami. I can't remember exactly which one Cybernator is. Looks like this is PAL box art here. I wonder if this even came out in the US.
Yeah, I never played this. Yeah.
All right, I gotta watch out here. From Velocity Prime 1, we've got Terra Nigma.
Yeah. Okay. There it is.
Once again, the host of the Nintendogs diligently outsourced the hard work of making a podcast to the tired masses of their loyal patrons. Slaving away at hot keyboards, we come up with insightful responses to the prompts presented. And anyway, even beyond the Mikey mispronunciation, my answer is Terranigma. The fact that it's never had a proper release in the U.S. keeps it in the hidden gem status, and it is a legit great action RPG with fun things like a skateboard wizard. Yeah, a lot of people still haven't gotten to play Terranigma yet.
He practices this in the mirror every night before bed, everybody, so don't worry. He's got it.
This has to be like probably the most famous SNES like translated for PAL, but never came out to the US game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's hey, just put that on NSO.
Did this franchise continue? Why were we talking about it?
Well, it's not a franchise. The company that did these, they had a kind of a trilogy. It was a quintet, the Quintet trilogy: Illusion of Gaia, this, and Soul Blazer were the three games.
Okay. Did they get like collected recently or something?
I don't think so. I don't remember why we're talking about Terranigma.
All right, fair enough.
Matt Scaremonkey says Metal Warriors, a fun run and gun mech shooter from LucasArts and Konami. It had some cool ass mechs and even some awesome cutscenes for the time. You also get to commandeer other mechs, and that's rad. You could also call this the unofficial sequel to Cybernator, which was already mentioned as well.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right, fair enough.
Yes. I just saw a video on this not too long ago, and I was surprised because LucasArts and Konami were involved together, and it looked really cool, and it did have neat-looking cutscenes. Oh, man, here's a game I feel like I saw at rental stores all the time and never played it. It's called Bob. Return of the Boomer Din Wonder said, I once rented this to play with my cousins, and we ended up just buying the game because we loved it so much. I don't remember if it's any good. I haven't played it since, but nostalgia is king, and but it's little popper bitch. EA.
Yeah, Electronic Arts.
Oh, here we go. Shoji Koda says, Wild Guns, a side-scrolling shooting gallery game, which for me at the time was pretty cool considering most games this style I'd only seen arcades. It also had a really awesome mix of Western and sci-fi aesthetics to it. Yeah, Wild Guns rules. It's on NSO.
It's awesome.
There's also like a kind of like, I don't know what you would call it, like an EX version you can just buy on the eShop too. That's supposed to be very good, but even just the original Wild Guns it's actually like maybe a top 20 Super Nintendo game. I think it's a ton of fun.
It's got a great look. I love it.
Yeah, it's like cool because it is like a gallery shooter, but you control your character and you kind of do like dodge rolls and stuff. So yeah, it works really well.
It's a good idea.
Really fun.
We should get more of those. Yeah.
Lenny Cool Dick Denver says the game is generally regarded as a middle of the road RPG, but Tengai Makio Zero was one of like 3 or 4 SNES games that use the SPC 7110 chip that has a real time clock. And I remember the graphics looked pretty good when I played it on my cart. I flashed with an English translation. Is that chip that like that Star Ocean 1 used, or there's like some really late SNES games that had a chip.
Yeah, I can't keep all the SNES chips straight. Yeah. SPC chip.
I got the SPC 7110.
Yeah,
it's but I think like Star Ocean maybe ActRaiser did. That's early. Okay, that's not the chip I'm thinking of then, because those are late games I'm thinking of.
Right, a lot of games use this. So yeah, I wonder what it did.
You should have got the right number, SPC 7110. There might be other SPCs.
Oh, okay. If it's just okay, so what's the number?
SPC 7110.
Okay, I'll look that up. There we go.
Okay. Meanwhile, Adam GC says, I never played any of the EA NHL games growing up. Instead, we had NHL Stanley Cup. Admittedly, the gameplay wasn't quite as good as the EA games, but the Mode 7 graphics were pretty unique for a pro sports game. The sound and presentation were awesome. At the time, it felt like the closest you could get to seeing the real thing in a video game.
Oh yeah, man! That game had a really cool perspective. That he's right. The Mode 7 stuff was just weird. I don't know how well it played at the time, but it had a really cool look. The SPC 7110 was used in Tengai Makyu Zero, and then Momotaro Dentetsu's Happy and Super Power League 4, and that's it. They were all Hudson games.
Okay, interesting. Yep. Super Harmon says, I rented this game once and was endlessly fascinated with it as weird and fun variation of side-scrolling beat-em-up. This is The Legend of the Mystical Ninja. Probably would have bought it too, but can never find a copy. This game has a bunch more sequels that never came out over here. And then we eventually got it again on the Nintendo 64, which was the only Mystical Ninja game I played, and I had no idea what I was doing in it, I have to say, at least at that time.
Yeah, I always got confused in these games too. I did rent these a couple times, but the N64 one's the one I played the most of.
Mr. Boer says, I actually played Kirby Star Stacker for the SNES earlier this year because it was released on NSO in the West. Glad Nintendo made this game available to more people because it's a solid falling block puzzle game that I prefer to the other Kirby SNES game, Kirby's Avalanche. Well, I don't know about that. Sadly, Nintendo put no effort in localizing this for NSO, leaving all the original Japanese text, but there's a very good fan translation out there for emulator play. Now, this isn't just Tetris Attack / Pokemon Puzzle League.
No, this one's a little bit
it.
different, right? It's got some other stuff going on. Yeah, it's a little bit simpler, I think.
Boy, do I like Pokemon Puzzle League a lot. It's like maybe one of my favorite puzzle games. I'll take it over Tetris. Speaking of, the Ghost of Gary Golf said, it's Tetris Battle Gaiden, the ultimate form of Tetris in terms of pure fun, even beating 99 in effect. Jeff, I've never played this version of Tetris.
This game rules.
Yeah, I know people swear by it.
I need to interfere here because this game fucking rules.
I know people love
the
it.
Jumbo videos on this game. They did a couple of videos of them playing this game. They're super fun.
Is that the character from Persona? One of the Jack Bros on the box?
No, but it looks like it. It looks like Jack O'Lantern. What was his name?
Yeah, I think Jack O'Lantern. I know. Yes. Yeah, Jack Frost and Jack O something. Yeah. Okay, Tokyo Game Life says marvelous.
Jackie O, actually, Jackie O.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Tokyo Game Life says marvelous. Another Treasure Island. It's an adventure game directed by IJ Numa. Never released in the West, but there is a fan translation. Look at this. This looks cute.
This looks really cool.
Down. Yeah, I wonder what adventure games. I wonder if you're mostly like, Is this like the SNESs for whom the frog tools or whatever?
Yeah, it definitely looks like that. Man, I want to check this out. I want to play all those games. The ones that never, the ones that like are kind of adventure RPG sort of things. Captain Rainbow, the For Whom the Bell Tolls, all that stuff.
JD Camp says the Link to the Past randomizer or the Super Metroid / Link to the Past mashup randomizer are probably not as well known to the casual audience. Cool way to replay a game you may have played a bunch. Plus, the URL for the mod is funny. Samus.link. That is funny. You ever play randomizer, Jeff?
No, but I should. I should.
Yeah, it's just time.
My memory's bad enough that I don't remember the games anyhow, so I can just replay them, and I'm good.
It would be fun to watch you struggle with that.
Yes, that's a good time.
Spoon Heaven 64 says, what game? Oh, that's right. You thought. I was like, well, I
still can't remember.
Did he call Spoon Heaven?
Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Somehow you called that Spoon Heaven.
I was thinking of Silk Song specifically, but yeah, still.
Spoon Heaven.
Yeah, same thing.
People always talk about Aladdin and Lion King for Disney games on the SNES, but I'd say the Great Circus Mystery deserves a spot in that conversation. With Mikey being Disney guy, but curious if you ever played this as well. Oh yeah, this is basically this is a sequel to Mickey's Magical Quest. Very similar gameplay mechanics. Although this one was also on Genesis. I might be mistaken here. You play as Mickey and Minnie. Really fun. I think like a lot of people, not a big fan of the circus aesthetic, but it's Capcom making a Mickey game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, the circus aesthetic is just definitely like, what's something kids like when we don't think very hard about it? It's like kids don't care about the circus, really.
They were like, they kept going to it. We had Arrow the Acrobat. That was like that game's whole thing. Well, people love the circus. It's like, no, it's the 90s.
Yeah.
We don't care.
The depression is over, homie. Like, we're good.
Yeah. Like, we have video games now. We don't need the circus.
The mall. What are you talking about?
There won't be a circus in 15 more years.
Whoa,
Stop.
you would have set a game in a parade? You fucking boomer?
Boo! This is Bob says Shadowrun walked so Cyberpunk could run. One part detective mystery, one part branching narrative dialogue choices, one part clunky RPG shooter, a true hidden gem on the platform. I hear a lot of nice things about this Shadowrun game. Never played it, Jeff. It looks kind of like a lot, but in a pretty interesting and certainly ambitious way.
Yeah, and I love the cover art for Shadowrun.
Yeah.
It's so evocative.
Chaos Pump Boo says, only released in Japan, Bishouju Sensei Sailor Moon, another story, is an RPG that is much better than it should be. There is a good fan translation if you are a fan of Sailor Moon. I don't know if I've ever seen more than 2 minutes of Sailor Moon, to be honest, Jeff.
That's good.
Yeah, I haven't watched much Sailor Moon either.
It is Bishosho Senshi.
Yeah, I didn't ask, but yeah, Sailor Moon, that sure is a thing for nerds, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And perverts, probably, I assume.
Yeah, those Toonami weirdos with their crusted pants from being perverts.
Yeah. Anyways, with that, why don't we take a quick break? We'll come back. We'll read the rest of these. We'll talk about anything else we want to. Super chats, whatever we want to do. It's my show. I'll do what I want.
Oh shit! Stand back.
Be right back.
Fucking, what do you say? Be right back. Now my timestamp is wrong.
Well,
It's okay.
you could cut it off before that. That's fine. Too.
Now it's broken. I had to throw it all to the garbage.
Yeah, we'll restart for you. Okay, I'm gonna take the
let's
dog out
start
and get
from the
drinks. I'll be
beginning.
right back.
Yeah, Vicious said when I saw that picture, I was like, "Are they talking about the fighting game?" I was like, "Because
Sean
that fighting
thinks
game
girls
is
exist.
painful."
That's funny. Yeah, I don't even remember like when it was on Toonami. Like Sailor Moon was on Toonami for a while, right? That was a thing.
I don't know. I
Probably didn't get Toonami down in South America. Yeah.
And I was poor. Even
Sure,
if
yeah.
they was here.
Okay. Well, man, there you go.
I don't know. They show it like on the public TV station here.
Okay.
They show a bunch of
it was
anime.
like on a lot of like local
It was,
television channels.
I like it, but
Syndicated.
every kid I know liked it, but nobody would talk about it because it's a show for girls. You're not allowed.
Okay, wait. Em and Goldie, don't knock seeing Mall of America. Em and Goldie, I do want to see Mall of America, but I'm not going to be like, I'm going to dance for Extra Life. Let's go see Minneapolis. I'm like, I'm going to go there. I'm going to do the Extra Life, and then I'm going to come home. I'll find some other time to get out there and actually like explore, probably with my family. Like the idea of me going to Rainforest Cafe with these fucking chuckle fucks instead of with my kids.
Your family?
Ooh.
Are you saying Mike is not your family?
That's
fucked
exactly what I'm
up.
saying.
I thought we were family.
100%.
After what you guys just made out on stream, come on.
No,
Yeah, after
that's
you
making
on each other on stream.
making
What the fuck?
beautiful kissy love. That's different. That's very different. Yeah, my kids
You kept it on the
love
family
Rainforest
over there.
Cafe. Like they still talk. We went to the one in Niagara Falls and they still talk about it. So, yeah, I would love to go. And also we'd like to visit that part of the country anyhow. So we'll make a point of it.
The Mall of America.
Yeah, it's our greatest institution, our greatest museum. Yeah, AJ
The
Minotti's
fall of an
family. That's
empire.
right, not Mike.
That's
meant
fair.
nothing. Mike, you just had to go pee. That's why he did this, or was it?
I don't know. He's
What
like,
happened?
either he has to pee or his dog has to pee. Somebody had to pee.
Hey, this Cybernator game's pretty good. But I
You
got it.
playing it right now on
Yeah, I
the
got to go
site?
on Vim. I got to go on a website that we don't mention.
You had to play Tetris Battle Gaiden. You had to play it with Mike.
Okay, I can do that.
It is so much fun.
All right, punch. That punches. That jumps. Oh, I got a jump jet. Is it a duck? All right.
This is great radio, by the way.
Well, I mean, listen.
This is-
They're gonna get this afterwards. This is bonus stuff.
Yeah, it's just bonus stuff
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah.
For free.
What if we put it only on the Patreon?
We should do that. Yeah. The really
Oh, we should
shitty
do
stuff
that.
just for patrons.
Yeah, imagine people paying for
Yeah.
this shit.
Go to the Patreon. Let's fucking go.
That's right. Oh boy. Okay, let's see here. Where'd the chat go?
I love that. I love that Division shirt. It's so
Thank
good.
you.
So I like it in the video, Sean, where it's like, look at all this pee, and then you jump in the pee.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
jump in
very
the
good.
pee.
It's
Yeah.
very good.
All that stuff.
I like
Really
that
great.
Bacalar seems to be Mario.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah. Oh no, he's Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was playing the
Right.
game and I was pressing up and I was pretending to make Mario talk. So when you did that, I
Yeah.
was so excited. I'm like, oh yes, perfect. This is great.
Yeah, you can do that in most Mario games, but here it says it's too perfect.
It like looks really good. It's like his mouth just opens up a little bit and you go, bup, bup, bup. Yep. I think I was on an edible over the weekend and I was making him sing along to a song I was listening to. So
You think you were on an edible? What?
well, I mean, listen, it could have been
Jesus
any time. It could have been anything. I just eat stuff around my house and see what happens. You know.
You just had an edible running around.
Well, I'm listening. The kids do. I don't listen. I don't judge them. Mike, we are good to come back in whenever you are.
Yep, I'm ready. And we're back. We've got some more SNES hidden gems. Beefhammer says it might be more a case of if you know, you know, than hidden gem. But the Zoomers here don't know about Mario Paint. Grubb shouted out the Africa cover Mario Paint once and has been stuck in my head ever since. Figure out how to put on NSO Nintendo. Jeff wanted that to be the theme song for this podcast we started.
Shit, sorry. So It's no, we play less than 5 seconds. We're good, right?
Oh my god.
That's not the way it works. We got DMCA for 5 seconds last time.
Shit.
That's it. It's so insane. Hey, listen, he put it in the Discord. I have to play it. That's how it works.
You'll know about you stupid bitch, beef hammer.
Oh wait, I'm gonna turn you guys down. There we go. Let me turn you guys back. Can you? What do you talk?
Hi.
All right, there we go. All right.
It broke the no. It didn't break the audio. Mikey Jeff did. So, that's all right.
We're good.
Who needs monetization? Octo says
That's right.
Front Mission Gun Hazard was super rad. Feels like a demake of a much more sophisticated game. RPG mechanics, getting in and out of mechs, branching past. Was Japan only, but got fan translation. My actual answer is Ihatovo Monogatari, another Japan-only game that got fan translation. It's mostly a linear visual novel / adventure game, but this might be the best cover of any SNES game. Those are is that what we call pedo lips?
What now?
This character?
What?
What? On this character, are those pedo lips? Is that what we call that? Like the Jared lips?
Pedo lips?
Yeah, like pedophiles.
Oh, okay. Then yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I thought so.
yes, 100%. I wanted to make sure that's what you were saying. I didn't think that's what you were trying to say, but if that's what you're trying to say, then
That's a
yes.
thing, right? Yeah. Maybe that's just a thing. I think about it, the person who used to say that was problematic in my life.
Maybe it's a person in your dreams that came to you at night and start talking to you about pedo lips. Now you're telling us all about it.
Front Mission Gun Hazard is a very good game. You should all play that. It's got that
anything
fan
else you want to say
translation.
about stepsisters while we're at it, Mike?
What? No, except that it's perfectly legal to like have relations with them. That's all.
This cover's cool. It's pedo lips and all.
You know what I mean, though. Anyways, Ben JC says small indie game is Final Fantasy 6. Crouching Kringle Hidden Krampus says Maui Mallard and Cold Shadow is a fun little licensed platformer, less known than The Lion King and Aladdin, but still gave me the distinct memory of looking at walkthrough maps in Nintendo Power. Despite never actually owning this game, the imagination of 7-year-old me knew the first level of this game like the back of my hand. And we did a whole episode of 90s Disney about this game.
I was like, why do I
actually.
know about this game? And then I remembered,
Yeah.
you guys did a Maui Mallard episode.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
Episode.
Jackie Lantern says, it's hard to call a Kirby game a hidden gem. However, Kirby's Dream Land 3 released so late on the system, didn't even come to Europe originally. Wow. I didn't know that. So I'd argue it's certainly overlooked. I always think that the game is incredible and quite possibly the best looking Super Nintendo game. Yeah, it is a very good looking game. It has that kind of painterly quality to it. I'll take Kirby Superstar over it gameplay wise any day, though.
I'm sorry, which game was this? I was like getting the Discord up so people could see some of these cover arts that people are putting in here.
Oh, good. Yeah, Kirby's Dream Land 3.
Oh,
I'll show them the cover I was talking about.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, there you go, everybody.
Don't know what I mean.
Are those pedo lips?
Oh, Jeff, you can't say that. Come on. That's not cool, dude.
Oh boy. All right, there we go.
Anyways, Leah but Spookier says, I'm not sure that I called it gem, but all things considered, but I did recently spend a weirdly long time playing this, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I think I've played this. I want to go. We got to get that license to throw going more frequently. I would love to play so many of these bullshit games.
There's a Sega CD Bram Stoker's Dracula game that I think the
That's
Angry
what
Video
we should
Gamer
do.
talked about like in early days. Yeah, with like FMV. and
FMV,
shit, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Joyzy says, does a game with a precursor and a sequel that never had official release outside Japan count as a hidden gem? What about if neither host of a Nintendo podcast has beaten it? It's Earthbound.
Yeah, that's a hidden. That's bad. Almost no one's played that.
Yeah, no one cares about that. Can I call it weeb shit? I don't even know if that makes any sense with this.
I think
we'll do it anyways.
If you're ignorant, you can get away with anything.
All right, weep shit. I don't believe that. Hosp says, over here in the Mega Drive heartlands of the UK, growing up, I did not know anyone who actually played the hidden gem that is Super Metroid. Thankfully, you guys won't stop banging on about, so I learned the truth. Good job, Hosp.
Thank you.
You get a treat.
You are. That's growth. That's human growth, and we appreciate that.
Jamie H1224 says people will get to enjoy it soon, but for me it was Jurassic Park. I talked about before during a different SNES related topic. so I won't harp on too much about it, but it's one of the few great movie IP games that did a lot in a time of cheap cash grabs. Yeah, I think the only problem, like the biggest problem with that SNES Jurassic Park game was no battery save and maybe no passwords either. So obviously modern versions fix that. Playing it on a ROM fixes that. This is one of those games. Yeah. This is also a game that does like first-person Doom style levels on the Super Nintendo. I think without even a chip. So really impressive that they did that.
That's right. Yeah.
Screaming Madden says, I liked Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the fighting edition, at a demo kiosk one time. I guess that's a hidden gem. I like the beat 'em up more than the fighting game, I think.
I played a lot of the beat 'em up, but I think I played this too. I think I enjoyed it.
Big Tony says, my dogs. This is the game where I realized I liked puzzle games. It's Lost Vikings too. I never played a ton of Lost Vikings or any of those kind of Blizzard games on SNES.
Blackthorn was the one I was going to mention as my hidden gem.
Yeah, I almost played when I was thinking about playing something to kill time in between beating Sea of Stars and Mario Wonder coming out. I almost just played Blackthorn. I just played some old Mega Man games instead because, me. But someday I want to play Blackthorn.
Blackthorn and Lost Vikings are very good. I've never played Lost Vikings 2. I should give that a try. And as with all of these Blizzard games on the Super Nintendo, I played both Lost Vikings and Blackthorn in one of those LodgeNet hotels that had the Super Nintendo controller connected to a TV. And that's where I tried them.
Oh, there you go. That's the way. Dr. Wright says, bury me with my money, Sunset Riders. I never got to play much Sunset Riders.
This is another really good one. Yeah.
Yeah, this one I really wish was on NSO because it's a Konami joint. Konami was just so good at this time, of course. But yeah, I would love to play Sunset Riders right now.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Or what's it called? The Cowboys of Moo Mesa, the game that's basically just Sunset Riders, but with that Turtles knockoff with the human cows. I'd like to play that also.
I have no idea about this. That sounds incredible too.
Yeah, so basically it's the same engine. It's just you remember that cartoon? There's the cowboy, but they were cows.
That's actually
knockoff.
Maybe I would recognize it if I saw it because it sounds vaguely familiar. But like,
you basically get the whole picture.
No, I know exactly what you're suggesting here. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it had a game, and it was basically just Sunset Riders, and it was fun. Oh, here we go. Here's another one of the Quintet trilogy. Wong Gift says, Terranigma was already mentioned, but its prequel, Illusion of Gaia, was like a better version of Link to the Past or Secret of Mana. Well, better. With awesome music, a globe-trotting adventure, and great combat. Would love a re-release of this with the others in the trilogy.
What kind of games are these?
They're all top-down action-adventure games.
Okay.
Kind of like Zelda. At least I have not played a ton of Illusion of Gaia, but at least Terranigma is even more action-based than a Zelda is. But yeah, they're in that style.
Okay. Yeah, I'd always see Illusion of Gaia, and I would assume it was kind of like an RPG, but I'm like, I'll get Final Fantasy first, but I guess I'm not quite.
I think I saw this game at like Blockbuster all the time, and I think I didn't get it because I thought it was just a turn-based RPG.
Yes, same.
And if I was going to get one of those, I was just going to get Final Fantasy 3.
That's exactly what happened with me.
DMC The Priest Be Crying said, Legend of Zelda Mini Quest is a ROM hack of Super Mario World that recreates Wind Waker. Well, that's neat. How about
that looks like a lot of fun. I like that.
Tink says, it's been said, and it's not super hidden but Earthbound. I remember people dunking on it for graphics when it came out, but I think that not only do the graphics hold up, the damn are beautiful. Hey, look, I'll admit, that game holds up visually very well.
It's got a style. It looks great, and a vision, and I wish I could give it the time it deserves.
Shia Miro says, Clock Tower, The First Fear is one of my favorite horror games, though it was initially Japan only. It also might as well star young Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
As it shamelessly rips off her first feature film, Phenomena. Hey, that's the girl from Rocketeer.
That is the girl. That's the most beautiful woman to ever live. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Japan loves doing this. They love watching a movie and then just putting the person from that movie into their game. Oh, yeah. They love it more. They're addicted to it.
Yeah, I mean, that was Metal Gear.
Yes, that's every Kojima
Contra's
game.
Cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to this day, it's every Kojima game.
Requiem for a Dream. Vision49 says, gotta shout out Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I don't know if it's super hidden considering it got a virtual console release as well as ports for modern hardware, but it's a great top-down shooter with really goofy weapons. It has great art and feels very much like a product of the 90s in all the best ways. How's this one on an NSO? This was like kind of quintessential 16-bit era
Yeah,
stuff.
and again, no excuse. There's no reason I could imagine that it's not
Unless
on
it's
there.
like, is it because there's not a lot of Konami stuff on NES, so there's a ton. Like maybe
I mean,
Konami's just,
you're right. It's probably like Konami doesn't pick up the phone, right? It's probably that simple.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo calls them, hey, can we make this happen? And they're like, oh, we'll put you in touch with the person that handles that, and then they don't get back to them.
Spooky Dad says, honestly, I'm not sure it holds up, but I really love the Michael Jordan SNES game as a kid. Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City. Man, I wish I was famous in the 90s, famous enough to get my own side scroller on the Super Nintendo. That's when you really make it, huh?
Yeah, we could I would like as a project learn that Game Boy Game Maker tool and like make a Game Boy game about you. That could be fun.
What would my game be about? And I don't mean gameplay wise, I mean like story
it would
and
be,
setting wise.
It's definitely going to be okay, so not gameplay wise, story and setting wise. I think it's going to be like a life sim sort of thing. It's going to be similar to Undertale. In terms of you going through the world and
Not what I was expecting.
all of the problems are solved by you thinking of references to Disney, and that gets you through everything. That's like your attack system.
You're like pausing, like it's gonna be a lot like I was like, what's he gonna go with here? I thought you were gonna say unpacking or something.
Nope.
Undertale.
Undertale. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, it'll be even more popular than that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Better music too.
Yeah. Willow Davis says, I'm going with Tetris Attack. It's just regular Tetris Attack, but the aesthetic of Yoshi and his friends with the cool backgrounds makes it so much more interesting, and it is definitely canon to the Mario timeline.
What a cute looking game. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, for everything I just said about how much I love Pokemon Puzzle League, I never actually played a whole lot of Tetris Attack. I just kind of miss it at the time.
Tetris Attack is that game. It's that game.
Yeah, it's just that game. Played so much Pokemon Puzzle Challenge on the Game Boy Color too. Oh my gosh, loved it on there.
What is that? Is that the same thing?
Just to see, it's just the Game Boy Color version of Pokemon Puzzle League.
Oh, I didn't even know that
thing.
existed.
Oh, rules! It's so good. Hammond of Texas says Rock and Roll Racing. Oh, here's Blizzard again. I was always a big fan of this game and other isometric racing games as a kid. And when Blizzard re-released it as part of the Blizzard Arcade Collection in 2021, I found out it had held up really well, and I still liked it. I think I had an isometric problem for a while as a kid, and I'm over it now. But for a little bit, these isometric games threw me off a little.
You don't like RC Pro-Am? Is it? Did you voice that opinion before?
I don't like that either. I didn't like those kinds of racing games for some reason.
Sure.
Or here's a hidden gem. I hear call it a hidden gem all the time. Biker Mice from Mars apparently is a very good SNES isometric racing game like this with basically Mario Kart like items. And
is
stuff
it just
like
racing games? Like, how do you feel about Toe Jam and Earl?
Well, that's not isometric. That's
top down, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's literally isometric.
Okay.
That throws me off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Isometric is like almost 45 degrees, like coming in from the angle. Is that okay?
Yeah, you got it right. 45 degree.
Okay.
30 degree down, I think. So like the perfect isometric view.
Okay.
I know this because every time I boot up a new game engine, I try to do an isometric game.
Oh.
Look, see, I think Diablo is what broke me of it. And also, like, Diablo is fine because you're just clicking anyways. It was hard on SNES games sometimes because controller. But I got over it. Anyways, then Chef Grubb here just says 0 dot.
Okay. So let's see. When did this happen? Today at 10:11 p.m. Okay. So that I was going to blame this on my daughter, but she's in bed.
So you just smashed some. Was this when you were panicking because Sean was screaming at you because you were playing Africa by Toto?
It could be that, or it could be when I was trying to play Cybernator on a website. So one or the other.
Wow, you're just playing.
I played it during the break. I got it loaded up during the show, but I played it during the break.
You're incredible. You're watching hockey too today?
Fuck you.
Well, that's it for that. We thank you so much, everybody. We'll do questions next week.
Boy, dude just got a fat lip in hockey. Okay.
Oh my god. So we'll do what's after SNES? Nintendo 64. It's got cores and FPGAs. And all this stuff
we are
happening these days.
reclaiming N64 on this podcast. It's a good system, and we're gonna fucking prove it.
I mean, look, I don't think it's a bad system. It's not my favorite. Saying it's a terrible system is crazy. I don't know if there are many bad systems that are like the Nintendo or Microsoft or PlayStation like home console for that generation. I don't know if any of those are bad consoles, even the Sega ones.
Yeah, I will say I get why people who were born after the N64 have trouble going back to it.
But
Fine,
like,
whatever.
This sounds like I have no perspective. But like for me, it makes sense why I don't care about systems made before the NES. But it's like even if you were born after like Nintendo 64, you should still care about that a little bit. But because there's a lineage there, there just isn't that much of a lineage with Atari to me, and like where we are in gaming now, there just really isn't. It kind of reset.
Yeah, it was. There were a lot
of course, it wasn't a complete reset, but
there were a lot of bad arcade ports for the Atari, and that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. About arcade ports and like this thing called Adventure where you move a dot and like a duck gets you and everybody talks about how great it was.
Right, and it's like the lineage from that to Zelda actually doesn't exist. Like if Nintendo was ripping off anybody, it was Rare and Saberwolf. So yeah.
You heard that. Rare and Saberwolf invented modern video games.
Yep, that's right. ZX Spectrum.
Jeff, I mean, we talked a lot about playing Mario. Is there anything else you played Nintendo related you wanted to talk about?
No, it's been all Mario. It's been all Mario. Is that Hot Wheels game on Switch? I don't think it is.
I don't know.
Maybe it is, but if it is, it's pretty good. Solid game. I'm enjoying playing it on the personal computer though. It's all Mario. Of course it is. A new Mario game came out, so that's what we're talking about on the Nintendo podcast.
Yeah, I don't need a break. I gotta play something else.
Sorry.
Scared me.
I'm sorry. You gotta understand it's Frozen Fiesta or whatever.
I love how like a bit ago you were like, on the bombcast, Dan's like, we should stop looking. We should stop looking at the chat quite as much.
Stop using my words against me.
We gotta because we have to be present. It's important. We got to stare at each other's cameras more often so we can be present. And now on this show, you're just like, I'm watching hockey, by the way.
If hockey was on during the bombcast, that would all be out the fucking window. Yeah, listen, it's Frozen Fiesta where every single NHL team is playing today, and they're starting games every 15 minutes.
Frozen Fiesta.
I don't know if it's like Frozen Fest or something like that. It's a real bad name, and actually,
is that like the Winter Classic?
It's similar. It's a similar sort of like marketing maneuver. Although the Winter Classic is a cool thing where like you go outside and play hockey, and that's fun. This is like, there's just going to be a game every 10 minutes. You're only going to be able to watch one of them. So yeah.
I basically have also just been playing Mario. But do we have any more super chats, Jeff? Before we
let me take a look here. We do real quick. I want to mention Blaine Sheasley. That was their first super chat on the show.
Thank you,
shout out
Blaine. My first best friend was named Blaine.
Really?
Yeah, do kids get named Blaine anymore? That's a good name, I
think.
More
than they get named Jeff, I think.
Really? Is Blaine short for something, you think? Or is it just...
Blainyard?
I don't believe you. Like your lanyard? Your Blainyard?
You shouldn't believe me because I made it up. My sources, liar. I made it the fuck up from Chrono Rig. Hey, dogs, do you see Nintendo doing anything different advertising-wise with the next Switch? I
mean, their advertising can't should be like, hey, there's a new Switch.
Yes, I know they're gonna go all in on advertising on Nintendo podcast, like millions of dollars they're gonna spend. And
any in particular?
I have some ideas.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I take back everything I said about knuckle parties or whatever.
Welcome to the knuckle party episode.
This is a family show.
Coddlewood says thoughts on the new rules for Nintendo tourneys. Did you see this, Mike?
No, actually, what is this?
It's okay. So Nintendo and Sean, please hop in if you paid attention to this. I know it's just popping off today, so maybe you didn't see it. But Nintendo is like really limiting what people are able to do with, I believe, Smash tournaments, both in the US and the UK and Japan. And it's like you can only have 200 entrants. So if you want to have like a bigger version of that, you got to have a whole bunch of different separate tournaments.
But that's like what's so fun about like Evo, like with that Street Fighter tournament. Even Sean was able to compete in that, right?
Even so many scrub like in. Sean. That's right. You said it, not me.
Hey.
I mean, it's not surprising, but it's like a little. Like, they are very protective, and with some reason, that Smash community has been pretty terrible.
It's been pretty terrible.
This helps anything.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think both things are true. Nintendo is weird about this to a fault, and the Smash community has been toxic and bad, and Nintendo it probably wants to distance itself from them as much as possible while still maintaining this scene somewhat. But yeah, you're right. I don't see how this necessarily helps with all those things. So sorry, it's not something I'm tapped into. So if people are feeling kind of bummed out about this, that's Nintendo and esports. All right, so let's see here. Burrito. Here's what I've done in prep for the Switch Super Mario RPG. Bought a replica of the original SNES box and its manual, a real copy of the cartridge, and a custom amiibo-style Geno figure. Please
Hell
clap.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You got your giant
let me
cartridge
Let me
somewhere.
go grab it real quick. I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
I
go grab
want
that thing. Man, like there's like a. If this was like 5 years ago, we would absolutely be getting Geno and Mallow amiibos. Now I'm not sure. I wish. Yeah, that's like so good. We got that at the Cleveland Gaming Classic. I was just saying, Jeff, if this was 5 years ago, we would have absolutely just gotten Geno and Mallow amiibos, and now it's like probably not.
Yeah, they did amiibos for people who weren't in Smash as well, right? That was a thing.
Oh yeah, for all the time for a while, yeah.
But now, recently it's been like, no, we got to get everyone in Smash because that's just.
It's just that, and like there were some Tears of the Kingdom amiibo. It still happens. We still get some, but that's like you better be, that. I don't think we got Pikmin 4 amiibo.
All right, let's see here. B Traven retracted their message, but thank you so much for the super chat. If you want to send something right now, Traven, in chat, we'll make sure we can get it.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And then Willow Davis just gave us a mean emote, a mean face emote.
We deserved it.
Yeah, that seems fair. Completely fair.
We had that coming.
That does it for the super chats.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. We did it.
Let me hit the music. Is there anything else?
I mean, that's it. I'm looking for B-Train and see if they wanted to say anything, but otherwise, yeah, we're getting out of here. We'll be back Thursday. Game S decides. I think we're doing 2006 now. Game of the year.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, because what did we do last week? We did
the villains thing.
Okay, yes, we'll kind of bounce back and forth. We'll do another console draft here pretty soon. We'll come up with another something similar to the horror games. So that was fun.
Yeah, we'll do something like that. That'll be fun. Are you guys live reacting to the Microsoft thing
we
tomorrow?
are doing that. Yes. So we'll tune into Giant Bomb tomorrow, and we'll have fun watching that. Who knows if there's gonna be any big announcements? Whatever. It's a reason to hang out and talk about video games. We'll hang out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Be fun. All right. Well, we did it. We can go play some more Mario.
Yeah. You thinking about maybe beating it tonight or what?
Maybe. We'll see.
It's kind of like where I'm at. Like maybe we'll see. I will 100% that this week though. Other games coming out soon. Bye everybody. Watch Columbros. Everybody is beating it tonight. Most people are beating it right now.
I am an animal. My naughty.
I have to poop.
Jeff Grubb is dead. What did I say?